we have big news coming in. The Sports Ministry, the Union Sports Ministry has requested both FIFA and the Asian Footballing Confederation, AFC, to let Indian club sides continue to play in AFC tournaments. This is in light of a Kerala club, Gokulam FC, the women's club, currently being in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, set to play in a match in the AFC Women's Championship. But with the AIFF being suspended by FIFA, this match is currently in doubt. However, the Indian team is present currently in Uzbekistan. We have been tracking their whereabouts. Their match is set to take place in 2 days from now. And in light of the doubt over whether or not this match will be played, the Sports Ministry has now acted. It has written to FIFA as well as the AFC, the Asian Football Confederation, and it has requested them to allow Indian clubs to continue playing in these competitions. Remember, viewers, this team of India's from Kerala, Gokulam FC, is the reigning champion of the domestic league, and it has thereby won the right, and it is a difficult thing to do. It has won the right to participate in the continental competition, that is the AFC Women's Cup, and accordingly they had travelled to Uzbekistan to take part in this competition to represent India. However, it was right then that the AIFF was banned for different reasons that had nothing to do with Gokulam FC and their successes. And because of that, they have effectively been stranded there. We have Anuj now joining us on the phone to give us more information. Anuj, please tell us about what the Union Sports Ministry has done in its action to try and ensure Gokulam FC represents India in Uzbekistan.
Well, exactly. That's a sports ministry who has requested FIFA, AFC to let Indian club side play AFC tournament. In keeping with its athlete-first approach, Ministry of Youth Affairs, let me tell you, and Sports has reached out to both International Football Federation, that's FIFA, and the Asian Football Confederation, that's AFC, to allow Indian club side Shri Gokulam Kerala FC and ATK Mohun Bagan complete in the tournaments as scheduled. So this is what we are breaking at this point in time, when the Sports Ministry requests FIFA and AFC to let Indian club side play AFC tournament. And let me tell you that before the FIFA suspension of AIFF was announced, Shri Gokulam Kerala FC had already reached Uzbekistan ahead of its scheduled matches against a team from Iran, I beg your pardon, on August 23rd, and one of the host nation on August 26th is the southern Uzbekistan city of Karachi. That's something what we have been told. While ATK Mohun Bagan is sorted to play the AFC Cup 2020 interzone semi-final that is going to be on September 7 in Bahrain. So that's something what we are breaking at this point in time. This is Sports Ministry which has requested FIFA and AFC to let Indian club side play AFC tournaments. Yes.
Absolutely. Anuj there breaking down the details and spelling out the teams that are currently in the mix. These are India's champion teams, Gokulam FC as well as Mohun Bagan. And both of these sides, because of winning the domestic league competition in India, have qualified for the continental tournament, and they had been having a great run of it. In fact, Gokulam FC was slated to play, or is rather slated to play, on August the 23rd against their Iranian opponents, and that is the match that is most immediately in doubt. Of course, it's not long after, in September, that Mohun Bagan will also play, and both of these teams currently, as things stand, because of AIFF's suspension by FIFA, would not get this chance to participate. And that is towards which the Sports Ministry has taken action, because very clear it is, viewers, that the AIFF suspension had nothing to do with anything on field. Whereas Gokulam FC, Mohun Bagan's success, and also looking forward, the Indian men's team's qualification for the Asian Cup next year are all on-pitch achievements. They're all completely disassociated from anything that is happening atop the AIFF. Those are administrative issues. What the teams from India have done are issues that relate to their successes on the field. And that is why they have rightfully claimed their place in all of these storied competitions. Remember, football has a structure that links the domestic leagues with continental competition and going forward with global competition. So the AFC's Cup is somewhat tantamount to, in Europe, the European Europa League, and India has qualified via both Gokulam FC and also ATK Mohan Bagan for both these competitions, and the players must not face the disheartenment that comes with having to miss out on this opportunity because of something that had nothing to do with them. And similarly, the fans of these clubs, the fans of Indian football, should also not miss the chance to watch their teams participate and take part against global teams as well. Similarly, the other question that remains outstanding, of course, is India's hosting of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. That is also something that we are very sure that the Sports Ministry is moving ahead with. It's a matter that is in court, and a hearing is set to happen again. And the Supreme Court has asked the AIFF Committee of Administrators to do everything within its power to ensure that India continues to hold the rights to host this tournament, in which 16 teams will be flying down to India, 15 teams rather, because India as hosts will get to take part. But at this point, the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs has clearly showcased the fact that it stands for sportspersons first. It has an athlete first approach, and hence its first move has been to ensure that there is no heartbreak for the footballers from both the women's and the men's. The Gokulam FC as well as Atletico Mohan Bagan should not be prevented from taking part in the AFC competitions. And this is the big action that has been taken just now by the Sports Ministry that we have just told you about, that Anuj has broken details about. And viewers, this is a story that we are tracking very closely right since it broke, right since the AIFF suspension. It's been